Hello and welcome back. This is Grillenheimer. Okay, what we've got going here is kind of another review, but I'm not looking at all these guys. I'm just looking, we're going to only look at just Air Raid. Yes, I do have, so sorry, dude. The Slingshot that you could only get from Amazon. I think Slingshot was Amazon exclusive. Because I wanted the originals back then. What was that, 2014, 2015, something like that? And I didn't want, that's right, it was a helicopter. And I'm thinking, why is there a helicopter with the aerial bots? I forgot that character's name, and it showed up also in the card game and in Earth Wars. And they make light of this in a way. In Earth Wars, and Slingshot does come back as a playable character, just not a part of the aerial bots. Kind of sad. Anyway, so I just want to look at Air Raid. Why Air Raid? Because I think he's just the best looking one of them all. And when it does come to these characters, I think they, especially from Combiner Wars. Again, I'm not sure the year. I don't remember the year. I didn't look that up before I hit record. But I think these guys look great individually. They look great as planes. They look great as their robot character selves. And Air Raid has always been my favorite. From the G1, from the originals, to even Combiner Wars. Just a great looking figure. I like the white on black, along with the red and gold and silver kind of highlights here. Yeah, I kind of like doing it this way. I mean, a lot of people just leave it down, kind of like the original figure was, and they're just so posable, you know, throwing a punch, doing the squats, whatever. You know, from everything. I mean, these figures are just simply amazing. So yeah, there's a lot of third-party stuff out there. I'm not doubting that. I've got a few third-party pieces myself. I don't get that stuff anymore. You know, I'm pretty much done. So let's just look at Air Raid. Why just do one aerial bot, Grillenheimer? Well, for the most part, their transformations are all about the same. The plastic is not as great as it could be. So when you're transforming it from back and forth, you kind of have to be careful, especially with this little piece here. I just feel like, on all of them really, it's just not very sturdy plastic. I just feel like it could break at any time. I don't play around with these very often, and you got to make sure the stub goes all the way in like that, and it closes, and it's very, just a nice tight fit. And for the most part, I mean, yeah, if you want to flip his, well, actually, wait a minute, we're not doing this right. So let's flip this around. Have the connector piece sticking out. It's kind of what I think this is how you're really supposed to do it. It looks better this way. I think. I thought I saw a putty tat. Is that going to go down all the way if I have it like that? Yeah, this does seem to be the best way to do it. Yeah, because that goes right over his head, and that's too big for this to go under. I just really wish they had their wheels. There is a slight trick with their arms, you know, bringing this out and then back down. And there is supposed to be a spot. Looking at this through my phone or camera, a little different. Because there is supposed to be like a spot where this can go into. I could have sworn. Oh well. But you know, straighten them out and put it all the way down, and pretty much you're good. You know, you don't want to fly under this guy because then you'll see the obvious bot. There we go. That's a little better. But Air Raid was one of my favorites because I think you could even do his wings somewhat like this too on the G1 mold, just a little bit. I do have the fist, aka foot, that you can use as a weapon. It's very big and gaudy. I don't use them for their individual modes. I only do it for their combined modes, and even then, I did buy 2 kits. I got the box is still over here, but I don't know where the parts are. I think they're downstairs. So, just a great overall looking figure. I mean, yeah, we all probably remember Slingshot and Silverbolt the most because of their personalities. Slingshot was the brash who character that mouthed off a lot. Silverbolt was the one that was afraid of heights. Because he was afraid of heights, even though he was the middle part of the combiner, you know, requesting Optimus to not be the leader. And that was some neat leader direction we got to see from Optimus Prime in the old G1 show. His decision on making Silverbolt the leader of the aerial bots, even though it's pretty obvious. Wasn't quite fully in. Oh, okay. Okay. There's actually is a spot there for that to go in, and that keeps moving up. Right as I praise this figure, it starts just falling apart. What do you know? But I just really enjoy these figures. Where did Fireflight go? Let's get Fireflight up here too. Just they look great individually. As individual characters. I normally don't put them all together in combined mode very often. I am missing one of the feet parts somewhere, but yeah, something about the red on this one is okay. It could have been a little darker. I do like the wings, and it's always the coloring on the wings really helps you know kind of who is who. Or the shape of the wings, they're all just a little different. Let's see here. Let's see, Fireflight. Oh golly, this guy, I always forget his name. I always forget that one's name. But Slingshot, Silverbolt, Air Raid, Fireflight, and Skydive. This is Skydive. Okay, I knew I'd remember it. But anyway, so I digress. Let's kick him off. We're just talking about only Air Raid. Why? Because he's my favorite aerial bot. I just have to admit it. Just the sleek nature of it, even as a Combiner War figure. I mean, I just find that funny. This is hard plastic. And it's just a part of a wing as these are. They're bigger, they move, and this is rubber. I mean, really, Hasbro. These are small, these are pointed, these stick out. These are hard plastic. Really, Hasbro? But just something about the aerial bots. And I guess they were the first combiner team in the old show that the Autobots did get and did make, as they were, the story running from the Decepticons on Cybertron. I just found it funny. They were on Cybertron. They found all these old decommissioned ship things, and they all, hey, let's make earthbound looking airplanes, and so we'll have some air support. So it was a neat kind of take on adding more to their ranks because they needed it, and of course they wanted to sell more toys. So hey, we need to get some more figures out there and introduce them. And it was a good way they did that. I thought it really was. Considering it was a bunch of adults playing kids, making the show and making the personalities and doing everything for the kids and their fan base, even though they're just toys. They were just toys. And even then, this toy is probably about 10 years old now, too. Still, let's transform him back to bot mode one last time. See how fast I can go. Yeah, when they're kind of stuck together here, you can just sort of do it all in one fell swoop a little bit. And I'm failing miserably. Okay, there we go. No, I'm just closed it back up again. See, that's the part I'm concerned about. I'm going to feel like I'm going to transform their legs. And the first time I got these guys back then, 9 years ago, I thought this is an amazing way to do the legs for these things. I'm thinking that is really neat. And I think it was a third party that may have done it first, that Hasbro Takara may have taken a page out of it. It's like, let's mimic this. But I could be wrong, but I think so. So, and there are notches for that to go in. Oh, I'm thinking there's a piece that comes up here too, but I think that's slingshot. Get his shoulders up a little bit because we can, and this keeps falling off. But yeah, for the most part, he's done. He just always just looks so striking. And I like flipping his wings up. Y'all like them down or up? I like them down too. But just solid figures. Yeah, they're Hasbro. And back when Hasbro was still decent on price and everything, I think these guys were around $15 a piece. Even for like 9-10 years ago. And when we all thought, they were like, wow, that's a bit too much. Once tax and all are shipping, depending on how you were trying to collect these guys. His head has a lot of range too. You got some down movement, not really up movement, but the ghost just flushed her. Nah, that's the toilet. No, but just some really neat kind of. I like what they did. I really like what they did. Even whether it was their own design or they stole a little bit from third parties. I'm not sure which. But yeah, I didn't mean to go 14 minutes on Air Raid, but yeah, we went 14 minutes on Air Raid. So with that, thanks for watching. Haven't done a review in a while. I apologize. They do get the most hits. And thanks for coming. Thanks for following. Thanks for viewing. We will see you all next time. And as always, Autobots, transform, and let's roll for it. Don't you mean fly?